Hello my lovelies, another scrapbook spread today. This time I am finally using some stuff from the My Mind's Eye in Bloom collection, which I bought in February and haven't used a thing from. How bad is that? But I'll talk about that and the picture and stuff when it's actually in shot, because right now I'm doing some embossing. Woo, fun. Apparently embossing's out of fashion now. Like, I was watching a scrapbook video and she's like, I'm going old school embossing, like it's not in anymore. And I'm like, what is it? Oh yeah, I just remembered, I don't care what's in and what's not. But yes, so I haven't done the whole thing, and like, as in filmed all of the embossing, because I thought that might be boring, so just filmed the beginning and the end there. And yes, so I'll tell you now, I do cover most of this with the picture, and that might annoy you. It would annoy me, but I was actually sort of using it as a chance to practice, like figuring out a pattern and stuff, which I didn't do a very great job on, but yeah, just practicing and stuff. It was only the edge pieces that were going to be seen in the layout anyway, but as I said, just practicing. I don't emboss loads and loads, and I'm still kind of a bit newbie when it comes to stamping and stuff. I'm not very particularly good at it. There I am just sort of heating the other side of the paper because it helps stop all the warping. And just for funsies, I left in me cleaning up after the embossing session because I am so anal about it. Like, I am by no means a neat freak or a clean freak, like not at all, but there are certain things, like doing embossing, I have to completely clean up afterwards. I don't know why, I just have to. I think it's because the embossing powder gets everywhere and annoys me. But there you go, you can finally see the picture, which is of me and my eldest sister. I have 3, I collect them, and I'm the youngest of the 4, and that's the oldest there. And yeah, just a really cute little picture of us together. And yeah, the reason I went with this black and white one is because when you eventually see the paper, it's a really bold and bright floral pattern on a black background, and I thought anything else, like a colourful photo, might get lost, so I thought the black and white would actually pop on that background, which you can kind of see there. Yeah, but I didn't like the photo straight on that little embossed background I did, so I just backed it with a sort of a very thin border on just some black paper, just simple black paper that costs like a couple of quid for a pad of A4. I use this, I actually bought that for use in planners, but I don't think I have any plain black cardstock. I've got a lot of patterned, but no plain. But yeah, anyway, so that's what I was up to there, and I think it looks a bit better with that little border there, especially with the black background. That paper is beautiful though, isn't it? Just so pretty. It's called Bouquet, I think, as I said, from My Mind's Eye in Bloom. And yes, I did cut a little bit more than the branding strip off, and I'm cutting off a bit from the sides. I think I've said this before, but my 12 by 12 scrapbook isn't actually 12 by 12. It's more like 11.8 by 11.5, and although I don't mind the sort of scrappy look of things hanging out the edges, it's more that I don't want the spreads to get damaged. In my scratchbook, if you've seen those videos, I do let things hang out the edges because I don't mind as much. It's supposed to look messy, but in this, these are like proper neat layouts and stuff, so I don't want them to get all smushed. But anyway, what am I doing now? I am going through the ephemera pack and the journaling card pack just to find some matching bits. A lot of the ephemera was the big bright florals, and obviously I just couldn't use those because they'd get lost. So it was kind of hard work to find stuff that I could actually use, and I spent ages and ages fiddling around with stuff. But I decided on that lovely journal card to sort of use as a title. It doesn't really get a title, this page, but I am personally of the opinion that not all pages need a title. Controversial, I am aware of this. So yes, just figuring it out. So what are those 3 flowers there? They were sort of slightly faded, so I thought I could use those on with that very bold background. So I thought that would work okay. So what am I doing next? I keep disappearing on you. There. Oh, doing the old taking a photo on my phone and then of like where I want everything to be, and then having it available for me to look at, because otherwise I have the memory of a goldfish. I will not remember where I wanted things to be, and I was being quite particular about this one. Not always this particular, but I was being quite particular. I just roughed up the edges of that journal card just a little bit. I just felt it needed it. I haven't really roughed them up, just a teensy tiny bit. And again, being really careful and precise as to where I put that. I think it was the background that, you know, with the florals and stuff, kind of intimidated me just a little bit about not covering too much of it up and stuff. And yeah, oh look, there's my arm. What am I doing? I wanted to put foam on the back of like the picture, just so it stuck up a little bit, like so, and then I could put things underneath it as well if I wanted to. So I did a little grouping of tags there, and then stapled them together. Yes, I used the word staple. Are you all very shocked? I don't have a tiny attacher because I have a stapler, and I know a tiny attacher is like teeny weeny tiny staples, but I can't be dealing with that. I'm quite happy with my stapler, which I can't even tell you where I've got it from, because I've had it for absolute years. But I put foam end of rant. I put foam on the back of the bottom of those tags as well, so they would fit nicely. Although I didn't put foam on the stripy gold one, so that one's kind of is movable. It's an interactive scrapbook spread. You can move things around. I stuck on those little flowers with glue dots so they would stick out just a little bit, not too much. And then there's that tiny banner there, which is really cute and has the same black and white florals as is on the journal card. And I got the word sister from one of the Tim Holtz word chit chat or small words, or I can never remember what they're called, and use that as a mini title. It's more of a label, really, isn't it? I don't know if you just heard my stomach grumbling there, but I am really hungry, and I'm like doing this before breakfast, and I'm so hungry. What am I going to eat? I think I'm going to eat eggs. So hungry. Sorry. So moving on. In the ephemera pack, there's loads of those little 2x2 cards, which I'm personally not a big fan of the 2x2 cards. They just, most of the time, especially if they don't have a title on, if they're just a pattern, I find them a little bit pointless, I'm not going to lie. But point being, I fussy cut the flower out, and there's my phone going off there. My apologies. And then I also decided that I wanted it not up the top with those other flowers, because it looked a bit silly with the black and white flower next to the coloured ones, and decided to have it on the right there, going over that sort of pretty pink label thing. And I'm kind of happy with, yeah, how that turned out, actually. So I think I'll probably end up doing that with a lot of those little 2x2 cards, because I just, as I said, unless they've got a title on, they just, meh. I don't really get them. That's from Pink Paisley. I got this in a haul video very recently. Those little black and gold word label stickers go very well with the My Mind's Eye in Bloom collection. Almost too well, if you get what I mean. And yes, so I'm just sticking that. Sorry, I sniffed really loudly then. Hay fever is my excuse. It is getting more and more springy summer, and that means I'm just going to be sneezing until October. I wrote the date there in gold pen on that really nice date label, and yes, I did write 2016. That is on purpose, because the picture was taken in 2016. I only saw this picture really recently, about maybe like a month or two ago. My sister put it on her Facebook, and I was like, hello, where did this picture come from? She said, oh, I just found it on my phone. I was like, well, it's a really nice picture. So yes, I did write 16 on purpose, in case you were wondering. So I did a little cluster of labels up there as well, and put the date up there, and I think that looked quite nice, actually. Yeah, I don't often put dates on my scrapbook spreads, so thought that was cute. Those little gold gems are, I'm pretty sure they're from Poundland. Yeah, but I think the gold of those gems was working well for the gold that's on the layout. Then I used a couple of black ones, because as you see, there's a lot of black in this layout as well. And I didn't use loads of those, just 3. Yes, just 3. And then I have these sparkly enamel dots, but the gold wasn't quite right. It was a bit too much of a dark gold, so I didn't use that. And just use those tiny little gold circles that's on the sticker pack from this collection. And I think, am I done? Am I done? I'm done! Hooray! So thank you very, very much for watching. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye!